Yeah. And then you found out that they raided your house. What, do your parents or something like that?
My mother was home at the time. When I eventually got home, I remember DJ Fingers. He was the first and only person who wasn't scared to come around me. So I got to give big ups to DJ Fingers.
Okay.
He came to the house and he just shook his head and started laughing. It was like, damn, yo, this shit look fucked up. But at least you got your turntables. You got to do something for money. Because they took everything electronic. Camcorders, adapters, scanners, all my bug equipment, or we would call traditionally spy equipment. I didn't have nothing but a PlayStation, my DJ equipment, and 2 camcorder batteries.
Dang.
They confiscated everything. So he was like, you might as well hang with me and get in the club. I'll talk to Zap. We'll get you in, but of course I had to again prove myself. Yeah. Because, everybody knows Fingers and Zap, especially from the heyday when everybody was going to the club. Mm-hmm. So, I had to earn my way into, being a 4-horseman.
You wasn't scared?
Of the time?
No, because your crib had got raided.
Well, when we came in through the door, the first thing I did was turn on my DJ equipment and turn the volume up, just in case they might have had a bug in there. Okay. And then we talked. I made some calls to some close family members. They put me in touch with a Jewish lawyer in downtown Birmingham. Okay. And from there, I just vanished until we set up the appointment to see my attorney.
How long between the time that you vanished and you actually turning yourself in?
It was probably 6 years.
From the time that you vanished to turning yourself in?
Mm-hmm. The feds take their time to build a case against you. And
so they wasn't actually looking for you. They was still building a case against you.
They knew I had an attorney for one. Okay. From those who like mob movies, you learn you put your money away for a rainy day. Yeah. So that means when you can't do nothing, when the peoples come. So I had put my money away when I got my attorney. You doing all my negotiations through my attorney. Mm-hmm. And what they was offering, I wasn't about to be making myself visible anyway, because I was about to go ahead and just flee the country. Because I had friends in Central South America, and I was just going to leave this country and go there, because most of my travels, I traveled like drugs. I traveled on small planes.
So, okay, so hold on. So what was they offering?
The first they was offering was 12 to 16 years.
And you was like, nah.
I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. They negotiated, they said 7 to 8 years. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. And then later on, they said, well, as the time progressed, everybody was snitching on me. I was the scapegoat, because I'm the computer guy, I'm the nerd.
And that's not just the people that's within the hacker community. These are people on the street and everything.
Just the people on the street. Okay. Just the people on the street. So on 7 Mile there used to be a place called the Spy Shop.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Okay, in Detroit, I'm the one who started that. They snitched on me.
The Spy Shop snitched on you?
Yeah, because I helped them to get the inventory for that business. I just was basically just trying to create a business so I had access to the hardware. Yeah. Because when I went to the Spy Shop that was in Southfield, me and those guys talked one time, and I went in the back and I seen how they did things, and they told me that the government routinely comes in and they have to give them their order information. So I'm thinking that, oh my God, these brothers in the streets, if they try to come up in here and buy something,
they're going to know who.
The feds going to know exactly who you are. So, I need to have something for my people. So I talked to them, and they end up saying they'll set it up, and I helped them with order and everything. And, of course, that gave me access to all the hardware.
So the streets is snitching. They after you. And then they offer you 7 to 8 years. Did they do any better?
As time progressed and more people started snitching on me, and they found out how complex the organization that I was running was, which to me, I didn't see it that way. Yeah. That's when they said, yeah, we got a total of 38 counts on you. 1 to 30 years, and we're going to charge you with RICO, which is another 30 years. So I'm facing 38 counts from 1 to 30 years, another 30 years for RICO.
They hit you with the RICO?
Yes, sir.
Before anybody even knew what the RICO was here? Ain't nobody even know what the RICO was.
Not at that time. Very few people. And they finally said that if you don't want to accept these terms, we're going to take you to court, and we're going for the max. And you know how black males.
Wait, what terms? What was the terms?
I think the last thing they offered me was that 2 to 3 years.
Oh, they offered you 2 to 3?
Yeah, 2 to 3, because they was just trying to close it. Because also during that time period, a lot of my cohorts were in the streets, so you know they end up getting killed, and people started vanishing. And you know, I guess the case was starting to get weaker, although they did have a confidential informant. But you know, the government is persistent, and they have the U.S. government to use as their main source of information. Yeah. So they maximize their resources. And when they talked about hitting me with RICO and all these other interesting factors, I was
and you
like,
still never even interacting with the police. I mean, interacting with the feds at all. It's all
just
through
my
lawyer.
attorney.
All this time. And they offered you 2 to 3?
That's the lowest they offered me was 2 to 3. And I told them no, because see, here's the thing. If you got such solid information on me, I already have a mole, so I'm finding out the information. If you really had something that solid, you would already had came and got me already. But you hearing a bunch of information that's on the streets, and I'm already listening to everybody anyway, eavesdropping on their house phones, their cell phones, their cordless phones. So I already know it's circumstantial, even though they can get me on conspiracy, because that's how the government operates. They find somebody who know you. They say, yeah, you did this or that, and if you don't say it, we're going to lock you up, or you can help on this case, and they get you on conspiracy. But there's a lot of political stuff that goes along with that, especially when you have a good attorney. And I was able to get around some of it, but some of the stuff was just unescapable.
So what did you wind up taking?
They ended up giving me 5 months in a halfway house and 5 months on tether.
That's it?
Yep. Didn't snitch on nobody. I didn't have no co-defendants.
They gave you 5 months in a halfway house and 5 months on tether. That's it?
But
you won.
Here's the catch. They harassed me for the next 10 years.
What do you mean?
Classical terms of harassment. I could be out somewhere and, you know, 316 to tell you, 1 minute I'm DJing, next minute I'm gone.